What if I told you that one single move could make people respect you, chase you, and even fear losing you? Imagine a world where you're no longer the one seeking validation, where people suddenly start valuing your presence because they know they might lose you at any moment. But here's the truth. Most people never experience this power. Instead, they make a critical mistake that makes them look weak, desperate, and easily replaceable. They overextend themselves, always seeking approval, always making the first move, always being available. They think they're building stronger connections, but in reality, they're making themselves too predictable, too accessible, too easy to take for granted. But today, I'm going to expose a psychological technique so powerful that once you use it, people will instantly treat you differently. They'll feel a sudden shift in the dynamic, and for the first time, they'll realize they need you more than you need them. They'll sense the change in energy, and it will make them question their own behavior. They will wonder why the dynamic has shifted, and suddenly, you won't be the one putting in all the effort. But be warned, once you use this, you'll see people react in ways you never expected. Some will chase you harder than ever before, desperate to regain the attention and validation they once took for granted. Others will panic, feeling an unexplainable urge to reconnect with you before it's too late. Some might even try to manipulate you back into your old habits, making you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself, for changing the rules of the game they had gotten so comfortable with. But the ones who truly value you, they will never take you for granted again. They will recognize your worth, not because you convinced them of it, but because your absence made them realize it on their own. Most people don't lose respect in one dramatic moment. It happens over time. Slowly, subtly, you become too available. You reply instantly, even when they don't. You tolerate being treated like an option. You try too hard to please them. And when you do this, something dangerous happens. People start taking you for granted. They start assuming you'll always be there, no matter how they treat you, no matter how little effort they put in. Think about it. When was the last time you truly appreciated the air you breathe? You don't, because it's always there. It's constant, it's predictable, it's unchanging. People treat you the same way when you're too accessible. They stop appreciating you because they assume you'll always be around. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine if suddenly that air started to disappear. Imagine if it became scarce, if it was no longer a guarantee, if you had to work to get it back. You'd do anything to get it back. You'd appreciate it more than ever before. This is exactly how human psychology works. When something is always available, we assume it has no real value. But the moment it starts slipping away, we panic, we chase, we crave it, we desire it more than ever. This is where the one move comes in. This is where you regain control. Here's the move that immediately shifts the power back to you, the strategic absence. Most people think that to get someone's attention, they need to be more available, give more effort, prove their worth, show how much they care. But this is wrong. The real secret is to do less strategically. And here's how. Stop initiating contact first. If you're always the one texting, calling, or planning, stop immediately. Let them reach out first. Let them wonder where you are. Let them question why you haven't reached out yet. If they don't, that tells you everything you need to know. It reveals whether they actually value you or if they've just been comfortable with your constant presence. Delay your responses. If you always reply instantly, pause, take a breath. Don't rush. Make them wonder where you are, what you're doing, why you're not responding as quickly as before. This creates curiosity and tension. It shifts the dynamic. It makes them realize that you are no longer at their beck and call. Remove yourself without explanation. No warning, no drama, no confrontation. Just pull back. One day, you're there. The next, you're not. This triggers a deep psychological response. People panic when something disappears without explanation. Their mind starts filling in the blanks. They wonder if they did something wrong. They replay past conversations. They start craving the attention they once took for granted. When you do this, people start noticing your absence, and because they don't understand why, they start valuing your presence more than ever before. By the way, I've got something very special for you. The Sigma's Black Book of Untouchable Power. It's an ebook that contains the forbidden secret knowledge that will turn you into the man others fear and respect. But this will be deleted soon. The elite don't want you to see this, so grab it in the description or pinned comment below. Now, let's talk about why this trick works. This trick creates a powerful psychological effect called loss aversion. Loss aversion states that people fear losing something more than they desire gaining something new. In simple terms, people don't appreciate what they have until they feel it slipping away. The moment they realize they might be losing you, their entire perspective changes. Think about how this applies in real life. In relationships, when you stop chasing someone, they suddenly start texting you more. They start initiating. They start putting in effort. In friendships, when you stop always being the one making plans, people suddenly want to see you. They wonder why you're not as available. In work, when you stop over-explaining yourself, your colleagues start respecting you more. This is why celebrities, CEOs, and high-status individuals aren't always available. They create mystery, intrigue, and value by making their presence feel scarce. And guess what? You can do the same. You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be a billionaire. You just need to stop giving yourself away too easily. Now, before you go silent and disappear, you need to do this correctly. Here's the right way to use strategic absence for maximum impact. First, slowly reduce your availability. If you suddenly ghost someone, it might seem manipulative, and manipulation is not what we're after. Instead, gradually become less available. If you used to respond in minutes, take hours. If you always say yes, start saying no. Create space, let people wonder, then shift your energy elsewhere. Don't just disappear and sit around waiting for them to notice. Start focusing on your life, your goals, passions, and other relationships. Make them see that your time is valuable. When they reach out, they should see that you're busy and thriving, not sitting around waiting for their validation. Finally, return with strength, not neediness. If they reach out first, don't immediately give them your full attention. Keep interactions brief, confident, and focused on yourself. This makes them feel like they have to work for your time again. This is how you train people to value you. And once you pull back, you're going to see strong reactions. They start chasing you. This is the most common response. The moment people feel they're losing you, they start putting in effort. You'll notice them texting more. They'll ask if something's wrong. They might even start testing you to see if you'll go back to your old ways. They try to guilt trip you. Some people hate losing control, so they'll try to make you feel bad. They'll start saying, "You've changed. Why are you acting different? Are you mad at me?" Do not fall for this. Stay calm, composed, and unbothered. They disappear for good. And this is the best part. Sometimes when you pull away, certain people won't chase you. And guess what? That's exactly what you want. Because the people who don't chase you, they never truly valued you in the first place. And now you're free from wasting your energy on the wrong people. This is not a game. This is not about playing hard to get or manipulating people. This is about reclaiming your power. For too long, you've been giving people easy access to your time, your energy, and your presence. But not anymore. Use this technique once and watch how people start treating you differently. You will no longer be ignored. You will no longer be taken for granted. And from this moment on, you will be in control. Now, before you go, tell me in the comments, have you ever pulled away and seen someone start chasing you? Let's see how many of you have experienced this shift. Now listen carefully. Dark mindset isn't just a channel. It's a movement that teaches you to become powerful. So subscribe now or stay weak forever. The choice is yours.